joined by my partners in crime, Oyin, aka Yang the Obsidian, and we've got a very special guest on the commentary, the founder of this incredible tournament, 10 years in the game. We've got Julius Joseph joining us on the commentary very shortly. My friends will be here in a second, but let's talk to you about who's on court right now. In the red, we have... Oh, hold on a second, just making sure that the scoreboard and everything is correct before we start the game. In the red, we got LDM of basketball. These guys are taking on the Inno Barrio Chan. These guys are a staple in the ball-out universe, if you might think of it like that. I'm thinking of it like Marvel, but yeah, in the ball-out universe, these guys are a big deal, Inno Barrio Chan. They make their way all the way to the knockout stages of the competition. This is now the semi-finals, so we've seen LDM basketball take an overtime win just then against Team Cash Out. But now it's time to see whether they can beat Inno Barrio Chan to mark their spot in the final. Like we said, I'm joined here by two very special guests. You guys already know Oyin's voice. Oyin, say hello to the people.
It's Yang the Obsidian Eagle on the microphone. What's happening?
And we are also joined by none other than the one, the only founder of Ball Out, 10 years deep in the game, Julius Joseph.
What's up, people? What's up, people? Happy to be here. I thought I got to jump on the live stream with the two legends over here, man, getting it done all day.
And this is a guy calling us a legend. You know how much of an honor that is,
Don't
bro?
even let me start talking about who Julius Joseph is, bro. Flipping. Anyway, but how I got this gig, when I met him, he probably thought, who's this little weirdo telling me everything about my life? Because I met him in a random coffee shop in Hammersmith. Do you remember, Julius?
Yeah, I remember, but the only thing you need to do that day was name drop, and you dropped
Everyone's
Steve Bucknall's name. And I said, so when you said Steve, I can mess with you, because Steve, I don't mess, you know what I mean? Steve is that stand-up guy, and if he's got your approval, you got my approval straight. There ain't no questions asked.
I hear that. Nah, man, Julius Joseph, for those that you don't know, is an all-pro Commonwealth 5-on-5 bronze medalist. He is honestly one of the better shooters that this country's ever seen, and obviously the founder of 3x3 basketball over the summertime in and up and down the country, man. He's really provided a space and a platform for people to have organized, safe and great fun whilst doing what they love, which is playing basketball in a new and fun and exciting way. Well, it's 10 years deep, so we can't really say it's new, but it's still in infancy in the world, and it wouldn't be possible without you. So it's always a pleasure to share the mic, and also just to be involved with what you've developed here over time, Julius.
I appreciate it, man. I mean, lots of work, as you can imagine. I'm not sure if you saw what was on the gram when I kind of said it was on Hooper's Voice.
Yeah.
So I did a little, I don't really do much on the gram, but I said, look, this is what it's looking like at the beginning, and it was just dirt. And then you turn it around, and then we've got this amazing thing we've got in front of us now, and there's a lot of work and planning that goes into it, and it's rewarding to see everybody out here having fun, enjoying themselves year on year. That's what, you know, to do that over 10 years takes a bit of consistency, dedication, and you know, a bit of passion behind the game. It doesn't last that long. Normally things, you know, phase out, but you know, we've kept it going, and you know, it's just been an exciting weekend of basketball, and that's, you know, that rewarding and that feeling fuels me to do it again next year.
That's amazing to hear, Julius, and just to say, like, as a younger person, slightly younger than Yang, anyway, just slightly, I'd like to say, man, this tournament is definitely a staple in all the basketball summers that I've been a part of, and it's incredible what you've built here, and to be able to provide such a great event for all age groups, man, it's a 6-week event, really. It doesn't just end here over the 2 weeks, and you, your team, your volunteers, your friends, your family have done an incredible job, mate.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. And it does take that everybody, you know, working together, and, you know, special shout out to the family.
The fam, that's what I've been
sacrifice a lot to make this happen, you know what I mean?
The family. So, yeah. JJ, I'm going to ask you, obviously the score is 5-3 in favor of Inno Barrio Chan. We know that these guys are here every year, right? This year, 10 years deep, what would you say has been the highlight this year in particular, and from today as well, man?
I mean, we've had some incredible qualifiers in terms of just, you know, some of the activities, some of the dunks that we've seen. The 360 poster.
Mate, what on earth?
Wow.
What, at Essex, right?
In Essex, that was unreal. That was absolutely unreal.
Did you see that live, or did you only see it on the recording?
I only saw it on the recording. I was so, my back was to it. Unbelievable.
That's the thing. So many courts at once. It's hard to catch everything.
100%. But you know, this game right here, you know, in Barrio Chan, here every year.
Every
we built
year.
up that chemistry. And this 3x3 is about that chemistry. And I hope that as the game develops, people understand what the game's about. Obviously, I just came back from Serbia with the best in the business, and it's not one-on-one.
No.
I've watched them play 20 minutes straight, few games, and they didn't go one-on-one maybe 2 or 3 times.
Yep.
It's about that team ball, it's about that pick and roll, it's about the mismatches, it's about the sealing and pinning and, getting easy baskets.
100%
So
space.
hopefully after a while we start actually learning the essence of the game and, and really improving and leveling up.
Well, GB continuing to do a good job. Another thing people might not know about you, Julius, is that you're actually the head coach of the entire 3X program, man. And, on that question, as a coach, we've got a lot of young people on the court. What do you think is the most important thing to get more and more young people into the game of 3X and ultimately help grow our talent pool for our senior competitions later on?
Well, let's talk facts, and I'm not throwing shade at anybody, but we've got a Commonwealth Games gold medal. And that speaks volumes in what we've been able to achieve as a country out here. So why not? Let's push it. Let's get in these, let's get some towards these 28 Olympics in LA. Why not? We've got all we need is 4 players. We've got that. The game is young. We can grow. We can practice. And obviously we've got the Euros next week already. You know what I mean? Something we've jumped straight into. Just goes to show the talent that we have in this country. Man, but this game on the court now, it's a bit of a tight, close game, halfway through, 1 point in it.
1 point game. Inno Barrio Chanchan leads 6-5 over LDM Basketball. LDM Basketball will be looking to get another back-to-back win. Like we said, we saw them win in the overtime game on the last game here before the women's 2-point contest. And it'll be interesting to see how Warren plays now. They're playing some bigger, burlier guys. Might not be able to get as physical as he did before. But I'm sure, we're still going to see this young man put on a show. This 19-year-old, he's fearless, but he gets that stripped from him by Inno Barrio Chanchan.
So I got a few things to say about Inno Barrio Chanchan. Obviously, I know them from coming and being part of Ball Out family for the past 5 years, but I also play with a gentleman who's just subbing out on a Wednesday at Go Mammoth in Elephant and Castle, and he is a dog. He gets after it, he's athletic, he can get downhill really quickly, and I think if he's going to be guarding Warren, it might be a little bit more difficult than Warren expects. I don't think he'll be able to get his 2-pointers off like he was in the last, in his quarterfinal game against Cash Out, but also Inno Barrio Chanchan, they give up so much more size than these guys, and they're a very well drilled team. They're not going to over dribble. The dude who looks like he could bench 225 kilograms for 4 with a cap backwards, he's a dead eye shooter. Like, leave him open and he's going to make you pay. Yep, travel for sure. But so they've got what I think is really important. I don't know if Julius will correct me or not, but they've got the size. And I think, one thing that I've noticed playing 3X this summer, and to be fair, from the top of the year, is that size is so important. And that's what Inno Barrio Chanchan have. They're a lot bigger, a lot more physical. You get away with physicality in the 3X game, Julius, don't you?
Yeah, I mean, you do. You can, bump a lot more, and it just makes things really difficult. And like you said, Inno Barrio, they've got a bigger players, and it's just they can be more physical. It's not going to be as easy to get to the basket, and they're going to have to be quick. They're going to have to make some quick decisions. They're going to have to hit some twos to stay in this game, I feel.
Indeed. I think, personally, if I were LDM Basketball, I would let them get their ones and just make sure that I relocate to the 45, relocate to the corner, and start nailing these twos from deep.
100%. It's going to be difficult to get to the basket, and you're going to get hit going to the basket. So I think they're going to use their speed and quickness, hopefully hit some twos, and it's got to be about that movement, basically. Oh, big offensive rebound, though.
5 minutes and 40 seconds left, and a huge offensive rebound, exactly as you said. And those little extra bits in 3x3 are even more important, as every possession matters. Two-point game, Inno Barrio Chanchan lead. Both teams quite even on the foul counts as well. Inno Barrio Chanchan with 4, LDM Basketball with 5 fouls right now. Let's see how important those will be towards the rest of the game. Barrio Chanchan, kick out, bye-bye, step in for another 2, and that's an air ball.
Oh, yeah, fresh air.
Oh, wow. those sponsorship boards have been having it this weekend, Julius.
You ain't lying.
The A boards are getting flattened, game in, game out, man.
Hey, we got to skip this year, so boy, might be needing to re-up
Get
on
some
the
new
A
ones
boards.
to the A boards.
Right.
Some of them ain't even holding the A shape no more.
See, looking like straight up letter I's out there. Got some eyeballs.
Word.
Straight lines.
Soon come next year, electronic A boards,
That's
yeah?
what I'm saying, man.
Well, that's the next level, yeah.
Yeah.
Every year's another level. Yeah. Don't quote me on that. We'll see what happens.
We'll get the electronic ones.
Hey, but what? I am going to talk about that.
We're gonna need a bigger generator for that, big man.
Yeah. Let me know if you got budget to share, yeah?
Well,
I'm sure Stan can talk to some people. He's a celebrity.
I don't know about that.
I saw him signing autographs earlier.
I took one picture, bro.
What?
I saw him signing
I
autographs.
took one picture, bro.
You're Stan Hunch.
You're Hunter. It's like that.
I mean, it's Hunch, bro.
Okay.
Up and down the country, he's known. Warren,
okay.
for two, cash, money.
There he is.
He loves it.
Hey, short story. You know, I knew I was old. I was like, I was telling this guy, I play basketball, whoever it is, yeah. You don't know me, I'm Julius Joseph. No. I was like, nah, I ain't never heard of you, bro. I said, do you know Ball Out? Yeah, I know Ball Out. I was like, damn, you know Ball Out,
But you don't know me. That's crazy work.
I said, yeah, I'm old, man. I'm old.
No. You built a legacy, mate. That's what it is. And Julius, one thing we love about you is, man, is that you're so humble. You don't want to be in front of the camera very much, man. You just get the work done, and that's testament because of what you've been able to build, man. You kept the focus on the basketball, and that's why it's been so successful, man. So big respect to you, and you will get your flowers. Don't worry. Hey, we should get Julius on the podcast.
Facts.
We should get Julius on the podcast for sure.
I think, sorry to interject, but yeah, man, I mean, if we're going to talk about legacy and stuff like that, we're in a strange nation that doesn't, in my opinion, and I'm sure JJ can talk about this because from his time playing it, I don't think we appreciate basketball the way that it's supposed to. His playing legacy is, mate, he's a winner at the top flight here, like domestically. He's played overseas, played in the States, you know what I'm saying? So like, this is a man who, as well as bringing together one of the best, and in my opinion, the premier 3x3 competition up and down the country.
Facts.
For 10 years straight. This guy was a certified cold-blooded killer. He probably looks at guys who play like bums. If he ever entered a team to ball out 3x, they don't need to open a pensioners division or nothing like that. No offense, JJ. You don't, because you'll still just be icing man out, and I know that for a fact. Wet, cold-blooded.
Hey, I can't do those compliments, man. But what I will say is you could come find me at the local league still.
Word.
Local Metropolitan League.
Met Lee Killer. Met Lee Killer. Was it Brent?
What team are you playing for in local league, bro?
Met Lions.
Met Lions. Met Lions.
With
Killer.
Mohammed Hooper's voice.
Okay,
Elliot,
yeah,
BBL. That's
you
the
see
squad,
it.
man. We're squadded, yo.
And it's not fair. You know what happens? The guys always come with guys, and that's why when we're a bunch of haters in the UK.
It's who you
I've said
know,
it.
man.
I've said it. No, guys always come with guys, because if you play top flight, you don't want to play with guys who are playing Div 3 unless you know they can really go or they're your friends, right? So guys always turn up with guys. But when the guys, so I went. Quick story for everybody. I'll show my age here. I played for Lewisham when I was younger as a junior, but I played local Met League for them. Steve Bucknell's a guy. We turned up. They saw that Steve was playing. Lekon Papula started playing. Everybody. Literally, I turned up. Steve laced up. You know, Steve likes to play in the long socks. Right, JJ. Steve likes to play in the long socks. They also, they said, Steve playing. Junior started playing, Lekon started playing, I think you might have played that game. Edmund Lucas was still there at the time. And I'm just thinking, what's going on, bro? Like, I just played my under-18 game. I'm just trying to, you know what I'm saying, a nice little light run with the men so I can keep up my cardio and be a bit more physical, because I was quite built back then. I couldn't really get away with the calls that I was getting away with at under-18. And then all the big dogs start showing up. So when I tell you he rolls with some guys, he rolls with some guys for real.
I hear that. Hey, as we called it, that in Barrio, they got a little bit of an advantage in the post. They're an easy basket for them too, but the score's leveled up now. Team foul situation is crazy. 10 fouls for LDM basketball and 6 for in the Barrio, so either team can afford to foul.
I mean, LDM right now got as many points as they have fouls, which isn't ideal when you got 3 minutes left to play. And I mean, I know it's been great to speak to you guys about the history of ball out, and of course Julius tearing up local leagues and hitting up civilians, bro. But leave the civilians alone,
Yeah,
man.
leave them alone.
Let's go back to the civilians on court right now. We gotta let them have their moment, Julius.
True.
Chill out, man.
100.
3 minutes left in the game.
What's this? The 2 shots and the ball back, right?
This is
Back.
2 shots and the ball back right now for Inno Barrio Chan Chan. As you know, if you're new to the game of 3x3, once you get to 10 team fouls, it is 2 free throws and possession. And now that's going to be really, really detrimental to LDM going into the last few minutes of this game. And the intensity is building. Mindgrain Skank is playing. And we got a 1-point game. Inno Barrio Chan Chan with a big 2 ball.
That's
The
big.
2-vector. Sorry, guys.
That's
Sorry.
big. 13-10. It's those 10 team fouls, man. Oh, that's rough out there. You got 10 team fouls.
Another strong rebound for Inno Barrio Chan Chan. Here's the cap assassin.
No cap in this game.
You know what, I gotta say, man, all of the headgear and headwear for Inno Barrio Chan Chan, man, these guys got some characters looking like Lego characters right now, bro. All different accessories on the head top. We got the man bun over there, we got the mullet over there, we got that hat over there, and then this guy subbing on. Hey, these are
in the hat. That's
I think it should be illegal.
yeah.
There's only one person that I think is allowed to do that in my life, and that's AJ Roberts. He's the only person that I would allow to play in the cap. But to be fair, his team's up by 3 points. They look like they might want. To be fair, it's tough to call, man. I've seen Warren dig deep for his team, and you know what I'm saying.
That one.
Yeah, I mean,
There we are.
speaking of AJ Roberts, we know that the London Enforcers are here today. Let's see how they play out. They'll be playing in the elite men's competition. Always a fun team to watch. Actually, Julius looking at me with
didn't
that
make it.
face.
They didn't
The
qualify.
London Enforcers actually haven't made it to this year's finals for the first time in 5-6 years since they started playing, and obviously they were last year's champions. Couldn't qualify in London, couldn't qualify in Essex, and that means we're gonna have a new elite men's champion.
Yeah, definitely. That's a bit of a wild one, but
Very.
it is difficult to repeat. You know, the first time you're doing it, you're enjoying the game, you're playing together, you're competing. Second time, a little bit more pressure
Target
because
on your
you're
back.
like, damn, we won. We need to win.
Facts.
That's the thought process. We've won it before. You need to win. It's not a case of just going out there and enjoying it. So repeating, and this year, obviously, that pressure must have got to them. Failing to, losing to Asphalt Assassins in the London qualifier, and then ran into the Northern Ireland team in Essex as well.
Tough.
And Lecky, ran into his team as well. Didn't
Okay.
get past them, and it was a struggle. Just not their year. Hope, but they'll regroup and come again, I'm sure.
They've been busy, man. They've been busy. I played against them in a Rise. They did really well over there. I think also they might not have. I mean, you took Toto away from them for GB duty, right? Under 23, I think he was playing. So they might not have been at full strength. And I don't know if I've seen Ade, who they played with last season. I haven't seen him in any of their lineups this year either. So they've not really been playing at full strength. You know, obviously Damani, Lashley, those are heavy hitters. But you know, it's a team game, as you were saying before we got onto the mics earlier. You know. It's all about moving the ball. It's all about, you know, you're only as strong as your weakest link in threes. I think fives is definitely a game whereby you can have more of an individual who has an impact on your team. But if your team is all sound, you're good. And then we have, once again, selling fouls.
Yeah,
You
that's
gotta sell
a
it.
complete vet move there.
100.
You're in team fouls, you know, anytime they touch you, so you start
Get off
praying.
me, flail.
Oh, ref, look what's happened to me.
Get off me. I've got 2 shots and possession now.
Yeah, and then you got to be more disciplined, though. A little reach in there, you don't need it. You got to play solid defense. 1-point game is still within hand. Now it's a 2-point game. It's getting a little bit away from you. They knock this one down and they get the ball back. Really strong position for them.
But both teams are in teams foul, so any foul going forward will result in going to the line to shoot 2.
1 minute and 40 seconds left to play and a 3-point lead for Inno Barrio Chan Chan. Let's lock into this last 90 seconds and see who's going to get it. Inno Barrio with the layup, no good. Here's an opportunity for LDM to make it a closer game. Warren at the top of the key. He's guarded by the guy in the cap, sidestep from deep. He won it from that position in the last game. Can't get it to go this time. Rebound for Inno Barrio Chan Chan.
I would
they'll look to squeeze.
Yeah.
They'll exactly what you're
you
going to
think
say.
the same thing,
Yep,
right?
yep.
Yeah, squeeze the air out of the ball, get maybe a good look, maybe draw, pick and roll.
That's
Lovely.
free basketball
Lovely.
right there. The pass
Slips.
over the top, yeah.
Slipping screens.
Slips. That's 3x3 basketball
Literally.
right there. They need this one. And they answer back.
That's a huge two to make it a 2-point game once again, and that applies the pressure to Inno Barrio Chan Chan.
Oh,
and
straight
they'll
away.
shoot another 2. think he was looking for the foul call there. Referee didn't see it. He'll shoot from the same
Another one,
spot
big one.
again.
Ooh.
I think that one was a bit more of a contested shot, bit more rushed.
All right, so as a 3x3 coach, if their other team's got 10 fouls, you attack them.
100%.
You
get
attack
downhill.
them. They can't play any kind of defense on you whatsoever. You go straight to the basket.
Go downhill.
Yeah, 100%.
Find your big man
That's
in
a
the
deep
post
two.
and dump it in there.
They've
Just
had
get
the
downhill.
opportunities.
LDM settling now. Looks like on the shots.
They're going to get one more opportunity, maybe. They've got to play clean defense.
I think LDM forgetting that they actually...
foul.
Yep, blocking foul.
Oh,
100%.
That's the game.
There she is again, Gabby.
That's the game.
That's her favourite call. But she's accurate with it.
Yeah, that is the game now. 12 seconds left. They got the ball back. 2 shots.
LDM basketball called their timeout of the game. I think that one might be a little bit too late. I would have liked to see them call that a bit earlier so they can reconvene, but there's not much they can do because their fate might not be decided by anything of their choice as team Inno Barrio Chan Chan are heading to the line. Julius, talk to me about this game.
So, look, there's 12 seconds left on the clock. They can't foul because if you foul and they get the ball back. So if they was in 16 fouls and they got the 2 free throws, at least you got the ball back
100%.
after. But they get the ball back after they miss or make these free throws. So it's a long day for them right now. I'm not really sure unless they make some silly mistakes. It's an Inno Barrio team. I'm going to say they're going to close it out fairly simple.
I agree. I think they've got to definitely hope that this gentleman with his cap on misses both free throws and they're just on point in terms of where they position themselves to heave a 2 or get downhill themselves.
So that's
But
got to seal the deal, right?
Yeah.
3-point game.
Well, we'll see. Live tends to be stranger than fiction, and I've seen some strange things happen at ball out myself. I'll be completely honest.
I mean, what do you do now? They can't. What's the point in fouling them?
You Jamal Crawford it. Well, they've got the ball back.
You got to play good D and try to steal it. You ain't got no choice to do otherwise, right? Double team maybe, force it.
Like
oh
that.
My gosh! And they got 2 shots.
I think not a very nice collision there. Warren looks like he goes into the knee of the big man on Inno Barrio Chan Chan. He's back on his feet. I think he'll be okay.
Yeah.
In a lot of pain.
Yeah, I'm glad he's
Oh,
okay.
and there's the replay. The clash was not nice. We do have the pleasure of seeing the replay here on the big screen in Finsbury Park. Sorry, I'm just going to say that one more time to Flex. We have the pleasure of watching the replay on the big screen in Finsbury Park because this is the 10th year anniversary. We're going big this year, ain't that right, Jake?
Big. We're going, then we're going to go all the way back to the beginning, TPL next year, yeah? clipboard on 1 car, yeah?
No sponsors. No
I
sponsors
love
soon.
Duckett's Common, bro. Like, that was the first year I did. I love Duckett's Common. To me, it's got a similar vibe to Finsbury, man.
Last 6 seconds of the game, LDM basketball looked to apply some pressure, but I don't think it's going to matter because Inno Barrio Chan Chan win the game and advance to the finals for the recreational men. We'll find out who they'll be playing very, very shortly.
I should have played, man.
Thoughts of the game. Oyen's looking right now, being like, I could have beat them.
Because I know these guys. I play with them on a Wednesday at the Rams. That's why I know what they can do. I would have untied his shoelaces, or at least told him his were untied. I'll be getting people with that in games. Stan's always looking at his shoelaces. Now he just doesn't tie them up.
Hey, man, it's called fashion.
Oh, okay, my bad.
It's called fashion.
Fashion with a U, yeah?
You and JJ would know nothing about that.